And now, weekly wellness tips, sponsored by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Louisiana. Blue Cross is hosting a Medicare Made Easy Facebook Live series to help you get your healthcare coverage questions answered by Medicare experts. The next online educational event takes place Tuesday, November 16th. If you miss it live, Blue Cross will post a recording. To join or view recordings of past events, visit the Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Louisiana Facebook page. You can post your Medicare questions before, during, or after the event. Weekly wellness tips, sponsored by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Louisiana.
Welcome back to Great Day, Louisiana. This morning, we're taking a one-tank trip from New Orleans to Louisiana's sweet spot, Ascension Parish. I want you all to take a look at this view in bloom. It's part of the 38 acres of indigenous Louisiana and exotic plants that make up the beautiful gardens of Houmas House. This historic estate in Darrow along River Road was once a sugarcane plantation in the 1800s, but now it serves as an all-encompassing attraction where you can dine, stay, and just enjoy. There's so much to see here at Houmas House. Let's head inside and check it out. All right, everyone, I've made it inside to the ladies' parlor and dining room. And joining me now to tell me more about what they have here at Houmas House is Miss Jessie Lambert. Hello.
Hi, I'm so glad that you're here.
Thank you so much for having us here. Let me just say, what a lot of history to see here at Houmas House. Over 200 years of history is here in this estate. And I want to talk a little bit more about the estate. When people come in here, what are some of the things they can see?
Well, not only you're going to see the mansion, obviously, the gardens are a huge attraction. People really love the outdoors. They love the lush seasonal gardens. The restaurants, our locals especially will drive here just to come eat. We do have a world-class museum next door, the gift shop, the overnight accommodations. The list goes on and on of why people come here and everything there is to see.
And what's so cool about it is that you can also stay here as well. You all have some cottages?
We do, some little luxury boutique B&B, 20 rooms, but they're all very quaint, very well appointed, and people just love to be here and escape from the city and relax.
That is so cool. Now, going back to this Houmas House right here, this estate, tell me a little bit more. We get to see other rooms. This is a 16,000 square foot home.
That's right. So the guided mansion tour goes through the entire home. There's no rooms roped off. Our guests really love that they can interact with the guides. They go in every room, upstairs, downstairs, dining room, bedrooms. No part is off limits.
Wow.
And the visitor really loves that because they feel like they're being part of our history, because it is interactive and because they have so much access to every room.
Yeah, and what's cool is that there are guided tours as well, and the tour guides, they dress up
as
well.
They do. I'm sure the hot summer months, it's not as fun
Yeah.
to dress in the full garb, but it really does help the visitor imagine what it was like in the antebellum era with the hoop skirts and hoop skirts and mint juleps in that era. It really does help visualize it and bring some of the stories that we tell on the tour. It brings it to life when you see them dressed.
And give me a little bit of history of Houmas House, because this used to be a plantation, correct?
Correct. So, a plantation is just a farm, and it was a sugarcane farm. It produced over 20 million pounds of sugarcane a year, and now it is a tourist attraction, but it's named for the Houmas Indians. And they had this area from the 1600s to about 1770, when some French settlers came in and bought it from them.
Wow.
And so it was just named the Houmas, or the land of the Houma, and now Houmas House.
And this house was built in the 1800s?
The original part was 1774.
Wow.
And it's still here.
Wow.
And our visitors can eat there. It's our fine dining restaurant, and it's part of the tour, so they can see it. And then throughout the years, there were many owners, 14 owners, and each one wanted to leave their own mark on the house, so to speak, leave their legacy. So the part that we're standing in today, the big house, was built in 1828.
Absolutely amazing. So much history to see here. And again, like she said, so much to see here at Houmas House. This place is a lot more than just a house. There are restaurants, which guess what? We're about to go check out. Let's head over to see what they have to offer. Ladies and gentlemen, I have made it over to the Carriage House restaurant, and joining me now to talk all about the food they offer at the 3 restaurants here at Houmas House and Gardens is the executive chef, Mr. Jeremy Langlois. Hello, my good sir.
Well, man, so great for you to have you here, Malik, and just excited to talk about Houmas House and the food. How are you enjoying the property and the ground so far?
I am loving it so much. I enjoyed the estate, beautiful gardens, and I am so excited to talk about the food now. Let's start with this dish right here. Tell me what this is.
Sure, yeah. Got a selection of different things for you to try. So this here is it's some grilled sea scallops topped with some mango salsa, and it's on a bed of Yellowstone ground grits. Now these grits that we use, you know, I'm a grit fanatic. To me, I treat grits like how the Italians treats a dish like, say, risotto.
As you should.
So I don't think us chefs are as creative with grits as we should be. And so I really am very passionate about grits, and we get our grits stone ground from Chef John Folse's White Oak Estate, and we cook them down with lots of onions, butter, things like that, and pair them up with those scallops.
Absolutely delicious. Those grits, absolutely phenomenal, really. And then I also have to try this right here because it's calling my name. Tell me what we have right here.
Yeah, that's our pork chop. That's our Creole pork chop. So it's a 12-ounce bone-in pork chop that's just been grilled, but we pair it with some really great flavors as well. So we have some local Beauregard yams that we puree with it. Yams and pork chops, just a classic combination. The sauce is a light cream sauce that has bacon in it.
It's delicious.
Never go wrong with bacon.
Never.
And then Brussels sprouts. You know, as kids, Brussels sprouts were like the vegetable that got the worst rep on the planet. But I found if you deep fry them, it makes everything better, and that's what we do with those. We crispy fry them real quickly, toss them with a little bit of balsamic sugar and salt and pepper, and it makes a great accompaniment.
The bacon is delicious. And what I also love is that at all 3 of the restaurants here on Houmas House, you all have this farm-to-table concept where you're using things in the garden?
Well, yeah, sure. You know, as a chef here on these grounds, I'm really blessed because we have enough room to not only plant and grow certain things throughout the different parts of the year. Like during the summer, I never have to order a single herb. We just grow them all. And then we try to, we plant the garden 4 times a year, once for each season, and we try to use as much as we can. And whatever we can't get, we're also very active in our local farmers markets in both Baton Rouge and New Orleans. We're there every single Saturday picking up whatever's fresh and local.
Absolutely delicious. And the Brussels sprouts, yes, better when they're deep fried.
Told you.
Now for all my meat lovers out here, you have this. Tell me what this is.
Sure, so this is some pork ribs, but I kind of call them Louisiasian only because we're using ribs that we get right from the farmer's market, but cooking them fairly traditional, then adding a little bit of Asian flair. So we have some sweet and spicy Thai chilies, a little hoisin soy sauce that goes into our homemade barbecue sauce, and toasted sesame seeds that we put on the dish as well.
The sauce is delicious and it's fall off the bone. You did this, Chef Jeremy. Look, this is only one of the 3 restaurants here on Houmas House. Chef Jeremy, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Absolute pleasure.
For more information on the other restaurants here at Houmas House and Houmas House in general, you can head over to houmashouse.com. They're located at 40136 Highway 942 right here in Darrow, Louisiana. For more information about Houmas House as a whole, you can also call 225-473-9380 or follow them on social media. All right, everyone, coming up after the break, we are hopping into the car and heading to a city with a population of less than 10,000, but a fascinating history and culture. We are calling it a must-stop on our one-tank trip to Ascension Parish. Discover Donaldsonville with us when we return.